and they happen to be supplying, for example, the grapeseed extract. And so this is all coming from there, but we bring it together, much like Curtis talked about with the extra virgin olive oil or Oliabo extra virgin olive oil that is produced, it's produced and grown and pressed in Italy, but then packaged here on US soil. That really does smooth things out a lot from a manufacturing perspective, because then they clear it all, bring it here. So I hope that answers that question in case you're wondering, even though it wasn't on the list, that keeps being asked. So
anyone paying attention, if you refresh your back office, there you go.
Shopping experience is there.
yay. Oh.
There's like a applause coming through the wall here by a very relieved group of people. So yeah. Now Ben comes and does a victory lap. Yeah. So.
Thank you for your patience.
That's fair.
Hey, but now's the fun where we get the calls. I'm like, wait, what about this? Or how's this work? How's this work? That's great. Let us know what you're running into. We'll stay online here so that we can walk you through things, so we can take calls, we can answer your messages. Yes, so please go ahead, and I'm gonna pull up actually the Q&A. So obviously people have to come and go. Some of you overseas, it's late. Those who like to stay on, if you've got questions, keep asking. We're gonna keep answering them.
I just got like the orders in. Yay. Wow. Oh my gosh, that happened fast. So yeah.
Thank you for your patience. Just like
Joe had to slip out for a call, so he told me to tell you guys that.
I almost feel like we should have been recording this for like a documentary series, this whole process.
Yeah.
Of how just like how behind the curtain we are with everything. So I hope you're enjoying that. I know it's not always like the most glamorous, beautiful thing, but one of our core principles is transparency and making sure that you understand the process. You see what we're going through, and you know that we're really here to work for you, and that we're here to be transparent.
And anybody that grew up, that's been in this industry for any period of time, and I'm old school enough to remember how many calls I had to make at the end of the month to make sure everybody's credit cards processed and everything, that sweating that happens at the end of the month. The robots take care of that now for the most part. But yeah, so we've all been in the situations where we're sweating out something in the final hour. But anyway, yeah, thankfully this thing went live. I'm looking at questions like you guys are, but they come and they disappear on my screen. So yeah, as they come in.
Okay, I'm gonna start reading through some of these Q&As.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can see it.
Yeah, so some people are saying, so take the supplements and a tablespoon of the oil? Sure. So reminder that the oil, right? So the just high quality Italian source extra virgin olive oil. This is like a high quality culinary style extra virgin olive oil, right? So put it on your salads, dip your bread in it, any way you want to get this into your life. But a Mediterranean tradition is that they take this in the morning, at night, just straight, right? As a shot, as a tablespoon. And this is the extra virgin olive oil, a high quality, true extra virgin olive oil, is what so many of the studies are based on that you'll see out there right now. So by all means, yes, feel free to take that if you'd like. But what Prima is, as a reminder, Prima is the life force of the olive tree. It's that concentrated high phenolic extra virgin olive oil that's infused into these two gel caps, right? High phenolic, not just high phenolic, but high in oleocanthal. I'd have to look at the parts per million, but it's somewhere, the phenolic extra virgin olive oil that we use for this is somewhere in the 1,000 plus range, right? And that can also be you got to be careful, because that number that people tell you in a high phenol, even in a high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, that overall polyphenol count, if it's not high in oleocanthal and other specific polyphenol compounds, it's not going to give you the same benefits as something that is high in oleocanthal. So you got to be careful about that number and making sure you're getting high oleocanthal, high phenolic extra virgin olive oil.
So I've got some people absolutely having success, and you can see the high fives, and the other people saying they're getting, they're not too.
We've also tried to make sure we've got the servers being really robust. So realize now that everybody's cramming it in, there might be a little bit of delay there, but please, if you can, take screenshots and send emails to support@oliabo.com so that we can see exactly what you're experiencing, so that we can then respond and quickly address those things. Apologies for any of those errors or issues. Thank you again for your patience.
Donna Farrell just did my order.
Okay. Hey, Primazana. So I'm getting, I see some of them are self-correcting here, like now it goes through. So, yeah. Do they reset browser? Is there anything to do with cache?
So they'll just hit, so the question just came into the chat, how do I get to the shop? If you log out of your back office and log back in, it should just work. If you hit the refresh button, it should come up with the shop button. If it's not, log out of your back office, log back in, and that shop button should be there. If you're still not seeing it, just change your URL at the top to backoffice.oliabo.com/shop.
And a reminder, right now, this is open to US zip codes. Oh, the other thing we forgot to talk about that we said we were gonna talk about today.
What's that?
What are we doing next week?
Oh,
Other regions?
Mhm.
Would you like to talk about?
Yeah. So next week, there's some more regions that we're going to be opening up ordering for. So if you've been on some of the calls that some of the leaders have been putting together, Joe's jumped on some, I've jumped on some, and we've kind of alluded to international markets and how we're going to start to transition our international markets into the ordering process. So we've been getting a lot of questions as to, is this market going to be available? Is this market going to be available? Internationally, there's a lot of things that go into the processes of setting up not only your ordering, but the business side of things. So you have to look at the shipping, you have to look at the tax, you have to look at the duties, you have to look at what are the requirements within that market to actually be a distributor in that market. I'll give you an example. In Manitoba, Canada, you have to have a seller's license, a physical seller's license to be able to be a distributor in that province. So every single place throughout the world is different. We do our due diligence on our side to make sure that you guys have the most success possible. So that once we open up a market, your experience is great from day one. It's not, oh shoot, why am I getting charged taxes and duties from customs that just contacted me and won't deliver my products? Why is this happening? That's a bad experience that we don't want anybody to have. So we're making sure that with all of our country rollouts that we've already done all the due diligence to make sure that it's a great experience for everyone moving forward. So the markets that we're going to be looking at opening next week, and the only thing that we are waiting on, if you look on your screen right now, you'll see that there is an order summary. So for international, there's going to be some additional line items within that order summary because you've got VAT, you've got duties, you've got sometimes VAT on shipping that'll be added in there as well, depending on the market. Kent talked a little bit about this. Our tax provider for the US, we use one company, but we're using a separate tax provider that is a global tax provider that actually syncs with Landmark, our shipping company, to provide us with all of the fees associated to ship into your market. So we're just waiting on the integration to be set up, but once that's done, we're going to be opening up the following countries next week, which are Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Germany, the United Kingdom, and Mexico. So watch for those to be part of the ordering process at some point next week. They may not all be turned on at the exact same time, but we are looking at next week for those. Additionally, Curtis talked about this earlier with the VIP memberships. We're going to have prices that vary per market. So cost to ship to Europe may cost a little bit less than shipping to Australia, New Zealand. So you may see a little bit of price fluctuations between the markets. Just be aware of that going in.
I just got the somebody is celebrating that they were the first. It says that they got the first order in. This was, I'm going through, like these are coming in rapid fire, right? So anyway, that's pretty exciting. Like, but this was going back, okay? So wow.
Yeah.
All right, good. So far so good. I can't order this fast. The certificate of analysis. Okay, so it's a certificate. We have a certificate of authenticity that also has analysis to do with it as well. Those will be coming with the extra virgin olive oils that you'll get. It's a little well, it's a card, I guess, for lack of a better term, that will have I believe a QR code on it. Ashley's heading to the airport, so it has a QR code on it, and we'll give you more data, but you get a certificate of authenticity with our extra virgin olive oil.
So I'm typing answers to questions, we're answering questions, we're We're just doing it live.
Which maybe, at a certain point, we can, this process right here, we can troubleshoot.
So somebody's mentioning that they're seeing that VIP subscription is saying every month. So I'm not sure where you're seeing that. It's only annual, but maybe there's a typo somewhere that's saying it's monthly. So I don't know. Let me look around here, but it's definitely not monthly. It will not charge you monthly. And so let me look around where that might.
There was a question somebody put here about leaching of any metals or something from.
Yes.
This is, the answer is no. Sure.
Yeah, so we're using high quality food grade tins that are specifically designed and made food quality, right? So in order to get that kind of
There's
set
no
up,
bare metal touching it.
yeah, there's no bare metal touching it. It's also specifically made for this, right? And so it's very protective, it's high quality, it's clean, it's food grade. It's also light protective, so it protects the product much better.
Damage.
And-
It's actually safer than in a tin than it is in clear glass if you get into kind of some of the depth of it. So
It's true.
yeah,
Well, this page just shows per year.
that's a product question, I know, but we're.
Yeah, I'm just looking around, so just troubleshooting live, seeing where we can see any typos or other errors. So if you are seeing that, please send us an email or type in specifically where you're seeing it.
If you're seeing the monthly VIP, it should show yearly.
Let's see here, so please, so in the chat, it's really hard for us to kind of see all the different questions or comments. As far as if you have a specific question, either put it in the Q&A, or better yet, if it's something related to your order, send us an email to support@oliabo.com so that we can then take care of that and have history of it. Because feeling all this stuff real time, we're doing our best to do what we can right now. But the reality is that we're not going to be able to get to the hundreds of people reaching out right now in this moment. So please make sure that if we don't address your issue or concern right now, or from what we're telling you, and you're hearing from us answering other questions, please write to support@oliabo.com, or just come to your dashboard, click to contact, or you can call and leave us a message. Right now, I don't know if we have anybody on the line right now, but you can call and leave a message, or send us a message through support. Better yet, if you have like a screenshot of what you're seeing, like if you're seeing a specific type of error code or something else in the checkout process, if you can take a screenshot or a picture or something like that with your phone, or a screenshot with your computer, and you can email that as an attachment to support@oliabo.com, that makes it a lot easier for us to troubleshoot and help take care of what you got going on. But please know that any issues or errors that you might be seeing, we will take care of you. We will make sure that it's right, and we will fix any issues or problems that you're seeing. So please let us know, but know that we're going to make sure that it's taken care of, okay? So let's see here. Man, there's so many questions coming in. I love it, but I'm like, I gotta like sort through it all. Okay. Yeah, so someone said that their order was confirmed, but when they look at their order, it still says authorizing right here in the status. So don't worry about that, right? The authorizing is just the communication happening between the payment processing and our system. So it'll say authorizing for anywhere from, I don't know, 5 to 15 minutes. And that's just a process where the computers are talking back and forth, and then it'll switch to payment approved. It occasionally might say, oh, there might have been an issue here or there, and it would identify that, it would notify us so that we can notify you. Some of you might receive some errors that you might run into. It might not be clearly outlined what the error is, but it could be as simple as, hey, your bank has never seen you make a purchase from Oliabo before, right? And so it might just be that you need to check your bank account or call your bank and be like, hey, did this get rejected? This is a legitimate charge. Can you please open it up so that I can make a purchase from Oliabo? It might be as simple as that. I actually ran into that when I was testing the other day. I was like, why did that get rejected? And then I called my bank and they're like, oh yeah, we've never seen you make a purchase from Oliabo. I was like, well, I'm glad that you keep an eye on things. Right now, currency is US dollars. In the future, we may get it set up so that it can be local currency. We understand that that's a concern for some of the international communities and regions. So that is something we're considering and working on.
And as a reminder, and maybe you already covered this, Curtis, but I was just out there talking to the team. As a reminder, the international orders cannot process right now, and that comes back to what Kent was talking about earlier. We need a little bit more time for our systems to be able to cover that. And so there's several people who have tried to place, which thank you very much for trying to place it. That's no beautiful. Appreciate it. But we can't process those international orders at the moment. When I talk, like I'm talking Canada and I'm talking Australia or some of these countries that we've been talking about doing what's called a not for resale program to begin with. It's the way we're going to kind of kick things off where it's still in US dollars, ships from the United States and gets to your market, okay? Someone from the UK, for example, we can't process those yet. That'll be within the next, I don't know,
We did talk about next week.
And some people are asking about VIP because they're like, well, there's no like shipping, so there should be duties on that. And there isn't because it's VIP, but there's still, most countries and regions still apply taxes to digital purchases, right? And so,
And even the pricing will be contingent on which market they're purchasing it.
correct. Okay, looking at some more questions here. Again, send us an email about what you're seeing if you're having an issue. Could be something where you need to check with your bank. We're seeing some messages where people, that was the issue, so they just checked with their bank and they're good to go now. So please do that. If you can take a screenshot or a picture with your phone and send us any issues that you're seeing to support@oliabo.com as an attachment, that would be great. We're gonna continue to field things live. Feel free to stay on, we'll stay on. We'll keep answering questions.
I love the energy here. This is fantastic. And the energy continues out the room. I got a couple calls and I'm jumping on here in a few minutes.
Me too.
One of them I actually ended up pushing to 4:30. Thanks for doing that because they were in the middle of placing orders, which was wonderful. So we're just in a couple minutes. I'm going to slip out here and jump on some calls. That'll bleed into another call and do another one for the evening. So which is fun. It's good energy. It's good energy.
Ones where it's like they're having a shoot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good community. Hey, I'm gonna add that in. I know we talk about that a lot, but man, that's a big part of Blue Zones. And we want to understand longevity and understand how we can better our health. We always seem to think it's only one thing. There's lots of different things involved. Extra virgin olive oil, huge part of it, huge part of it. And olive tree derived extracts that we're talking about. But also community is a big part of it. And I love that about our industry of direct sales. We do community really well. This call right now, this is our community call here. And on Tuesday nights when we do it, and I know I'm jumping on a few of your calls tonight, I know we all are, that's community. It's great. And then when the products start flowing and we get together, oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Okay, so.
So I also have, I put it off, but I have a call. What I'll do is, I think, because now it's gonna be just.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep answering.
You keep,
Adam and Ben are starting to connect with people that are having some specific issues and answering emails and messages. So be sending those in. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna keep answering things live because somebody's got to be willing to stick around.
That's
No,
fast.
I'm just teasing. So we're all gonna kind of break up here
Chris is
and
good at it.
get to different things, but I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stick it out with you, answering questions live, doing my best that I can to take care of you. Ben and Adam are taking emails and support queries right now. So if you're having an issue, please send a message in, support@oliabo.com, or give a call. They might even be answering the phone, right? So give a call here. If
best to do email right now.
but try the different steps, like check with your bank, right? If you're having an issue on the checkout and it's when you're making the payment and it's rejecting it, check with your bank or your payment processor first, right? That's the first go-to step. Any other issues that you're having that is showing like a specific type of an error or error code, try to take a screenshot or a picture and email that to support@oliabo.com. That will allow us to better troubleshoot it and take care of you a lot easier and quicker. So let me get into some more of these questions. So,
While you're doing that, Curtis, I'm just gonna say, while I slip out here, again, thanks, you guys. I can't say this enough. It's a pretty amazing thing to get, to build any project takes an awful lot of people. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much for your patience. I personally will be sleeping probably more than 5 hours tonight, which is pretty good. And
Not me.
yeah. Yeah. And so anyway, cheers. Thanks to all of you, no pun intended. And you're in good hands here. Curtis and I've got eyeballs on a dev team out here that are working on the software. But yes, from our little office to yours, thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. And you got the team online over there answering, not just Curtis. So it's happening outside this window. But thank you, guys. Cheers. I'm walking
So,
leave.
so some people are noting that one of the questions said, hey, I'm not able to correct the name on my credit card. So I guess when they input their credit card in the checkout process, they might have got the name wrong. And so when it saved their credit information, the credit card information, with everything encrypted, it's not letting them edit that. So what I would suggest in that situation, until we can fix that, I would suggest re-adding the card back with the new information. Or with the corrected information and see if that works. And if that doesn't work, please let us know, but that I think will work. Again, please keep sending us the information so that we can identify what we're missing here, what we need to fix, any errors there. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading through here. Yeah, so somebody asked, what's the process for isolating or extracting the high phenolic constituents for the capsules? So I'm guessing maybe you're talking about the olive leaf extract and the olive pulp extract. So we actually work with two groups out of the EU, out of the Mediterranean area, that have been developing these processes for decades actually. And they actually have IP, meaning they're I don't know if you call it patented, but it's an intellectually recognized process that they've created that is legally protected in how they do their extraction processes. So I do not have these specific details on exactly how they do that because I am not privy to that scientific information and the patented processes that they have. But we have sat down with them, we've seen that, we've verified their processes, and it's extremely unique, right? It's not just, people have been mashing up olive leaves and using that for thousands of years. In the last couple of decades, people have been doing other types of extraction processes for olive leaves. And typically that includes, the most common way that people do that in the last few decades is that they will put olive leaves in some type of a carrier oil. And that could be a variety of different types of oil, coconut oil or other oils that when it sits in there for a long time, it naturally kind of extracts out some of the componentry that breaks down in the leaves. There's different ways you can do that, but this is more than that, right? There's specific processes related to the specifics that I know. They won't tell me all the details because it's proprietary, but it has to do with, there's pressurization happening. So it's in pressure chambers. There's certain types of then natural compounds that are put together that allow the leaves to break down in that pressure chamber. And then they're able to then extract that out, and in the end, it's a powder form, right? And so it's a very refined process that they use that then is very measurable so that the consistency of the product in that leaf extract and that pulp extract is very consistent, actually. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Let's see here. Okay, thank you. So somebody said invoice amount dollar versus the wording, sent an email with visuals. Thank you so much for giving us that detail so that we can make sure that we're fine tuning those things. Again, all the stuff in the back is very accurate. Sometimes the way that we put it up here, it might not be showing as accurately as we want it to, right? So be aware of that. We're continually refining things. So keep letting us know. We'll keep refining it. Okay, let me see. Reading through some additional questions here. So I'm going to type an answer to some I'm answering openly live, but some I'm gonna just send a little private message because it's personal information that they're talking about. And all of what I'm saying goes with, along with the, like the commissions and all those calculations as well are all in the back end, right? And we're gonna be very, very, very careful about all that. We're definitely not gonna just calculate things and then like, okay, let's just start cutting checks. We're going to be reviewing every single line item for the first several payments, right? We're gonna make sure that we're very careful and making sure we're looking at every single thing, literally reviewing everything personally to make sure that those first commission runs are accurate. And if there's any issues, we're making tweaks and fixing that, right?
Please sign that for me real quick.
I will. Feel like the John Hancock of the.
Yeah. Well, great news, everyone. We're watching sales come in and it's just going crazy. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep your teams in there and keep growing and growing.
People are sending you emails.
Yep.
You're.
We've got a ton of people sending emails in. Most people are excited about their order processing. A couple of people did have issues as far as it would pop up and say they couldn't take a payment or something, but then if they tried again, it went through. Just know, and Curtis has probably already covered this while I was gone, but just know as they're still moving things over, things might be a little bit slow. But if you just give it some time, refresh pages, things like that, it's gonna go through for you. Thank you, Curtis.
Yep. Glad that some of you are having a very simple, fast experience, right? That's how we built it, right? We built it to be simple, to be fast, to work well. We'll get these bugs ironed out so that becomes just standard for everybody. And who knows, maybe most of you have had that experience. I'm fielding the ones who aren't, right? So hopefully most of you have had a smooth experience and know that we'll continually refine that process and make sure that it's dialed and just smooth and gets better and better and better. And that goes for the replicated sites as well, right? Because we know that those of you that are focused on building a business around Oliabo, we need to make sure that those replicated sites are smooth and a clean, easy process. So part of that process that we're doing from a design perspective is making sure that the checkout process is very similar to a regular e-commerce checkout process, right? So when somebody comes to your replicated site, they don't have to create an account first. They'll just go through the process of looking at the product, starting the checkout process, and through that checkout process, they'll create their account, they'll add their payment information, and they'll check out like a normal e-commerce checkout would work, so that it's not some disjointed experience that's different from what they're used to. Because we want to make sure that the process is easy and simple for them so that you can be as successful as possible in building your business and building an income with Oliabo. My background is in building internet businesses, affiliate marketing and advertising, building marketing platforms. And so I'm very focused on making sure that we keep the systems working smoothly, simply, securely. So please provide feedback when you're seeing issues, when you're concerned about maybe how something's flowing or not flowing, or if there's ideas you have, send them our way and we'll take a look and see, one, what needs to be fixed, two, we'll continue to be working to improve things. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like there might have been an issue wherein some people were able to order the VIP in other regions that weren't supposed to. So we might have to come back to some of you and resolve that, or maybe it worked out. But apologies for any confusion there. But again, just being open about the process here, right? So basically, the way that that's set up, right? So in the back end, right, in our administrative side, when we set up the different products, we can add, we basically toggle different buttons where it's like United States, Canada, England. And so when we've been testing different regions in the test area, the sandbox, as it's called, we've had some of those different regions turned on. And it looks like when we went live, some of those might have still been toggled on, some of those buttons. So We'll reach out if there's any issues with those of you that did make those purchases, but otherwise, apologies for any confusion there. Okay, I'm just reading through some of the other questions here, so bear with me here. And again, it's easier, I'm trying to kind of go back and forth between the chat and the Q&A. Right now, there's over 70 questions in the Q&A alone, let alone the ones that are coming in the chat. It's harder for me to keep track of the chat because it just flows, but the questions I can at least try to sort through in the Q&A, so. Yes, so question was asked, where is it? Okay, will our customers see a different back office? Yes, not yet. Right now, everybody's kind of seeing this whole same setup. But within coming days, within the next week or so, we'll be adjusting this so that it will look more for a customer account. It will be more like just your, when you're in an e-commerce store and you go look in your account, right? It just shows your order history, your account information, your addresses, managing your subscriptions, that kind of stuff, right? So we'll be quickly shifting to that for a customer view of the back office. So yes, we will be shifting to that. We've already got kind of the design outline. So it'll be a lot of these same elements, but we'll be hiding the ones that are not relevant to a customer account. A customer will not have enrollment links because they're not building, right? So they'll basically have their shop, they'll have their My Order section, and they'll have kind of their profiles and subscription management that we'll have in here soon. And that'll be kind of the extent of their view. Yeah, eventually, soon we will be integrating other payment systems, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, those other kind of integrations for payments as well. So I'm just answering some things here and writing some notes down to make sure that we get some of these things captured that I want to make sure that we're prioritizing. So I'm just typing some answers here. Some of you might be seeing things like I mentioned the status, the payment status or the order status, right? Some of you might be seeing the authorizing kind of hanging for longer. Usually it's only a few minutes, but because of the high volume of orders coming in right now to the system, it's probably hanging a little longer because there's that interaction going back and forth. If you still see it hanging like that in a few hours or tomorrow, please reach out to support@oliabo.com. Contact us. But I don't have any concerns about that at this time, so I wouldn't worry about that right now. Somebody's asking about the team volume. So here in the dashboard, right, you'll see your total members, new members, you'll see your personal QV. This is tracking in the back for some reason, it might not be updating as quickly right here, right now. But I can see it in the back, in my admin, I can see some of you who have messaged, hey, how come my team, I know some of my team members have ordered, how come this isn't updating yet? I can see it, so I know that it's there. Try checking this report and see if it's showing up on this report yet, where it's showing here as your team QV. Those of you that are asking that question, if you could check this report, go to reports, and then the only report that's there right now, and tell me if it's showing up here. It definitely is showing in the back where I can see in my admin, I can see it, but it might just be that they need to speed up the process that's checking. In the development world, if when you've got all these different pieces of data that you're trying to push forward, if you're always having those things go live and real time calculating, it puts a really heavy load on the system, on the servers, on how the system then is able to display that information. So certain processes, you have them run every few minutes or every hour or once a night, depending on what that is. And so I'm not sure the exact timeline that they have for when that updates or when that calculates. And it could just be that was one of the pieces they forgot to say, oh yeah, update that on the dashboard. So I'll check on that. Let me write that down right now just to make sure I'm checking on that. So it sounds like you are seeing it in the report, so that's good. So you can see it in this report, but it might just be that they forgot to push that and have that calculating here. So let me note that down really quick. Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting many people sharing that it is showing up in their report. So that's good. Thank you so much for sharing that information. Several people who are having issues that contacted their bank, they did find out that was the issue. So we will try to get better at noting what error codes are coming through so that you can see that and your future customers and enrollments can see that in the process of checking out. Let me write those two things down so I don't forget that, please. Again, feel free to stay or leave. I'm going to stay on for probably another, I can stay on for another hour or so. I'm here. I want to do my best to take care of you. I know that others are there taking care of whoever they can. And we'll churn through emails and voice messages as quickly as we can over these next coming days. And we'll use this experience, the phone calls that are coming in, the emails that are coming in, to guide how quickly we're hiring and building additional support staff. So let us know what you're dealing with and know that we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And just know, we will take care of you 100%. No matter what's happening, we're going to make sure that we fix it. And if there's an issue, we're going to make it right. So we're excited. We know you're excited. We hope that you're not frustrated by anything that you're running into. So far, I think in general, things are going pretty well. But I want you to know that it's my personal commitment and it's our commitment as a team that we will take care of you. I promise you, we will take care of you. So let us know and know that we're going to get back to you. Things are fast and furious right now. A lot of messages coming in. So it might take a little longer than normal to get back to you on calls or emails, but we will. And know that the more emails or messages you send us about the same thing, it just adds to the queue. And so it makes it harder for us to sort through everything. So if there's more detail to send, by all means, send us another message. But otherwise, try to be patient, please. Okay. Just writing down a few of these notes that we just talked about. I think somebody's mentioning that one of the errors they've seen related to needing to contact their bank. The error says pickup card SF. That's just some random message that we get from the payment processor, and we need to refine what that actually says. But some people are saying that that's one that they're seeing when they need to contact their bank. So kind of confusing, and we need to get that refined, but yes. People are asking if there's any way to tell if you made it into Club Grand by your order number. No, that is not related to the order number. So we'll be notifying people as things settle out here. We'll be notifying you based on the process we'll go through to identify that. So give me one moment here, please. I will be right back in a jiff. Okay. Let's see here. I can always share again. Well, I'll keep it sharing just in case there's certain questions that relate to me sharing something. Oh, a couple people have asked about upgrading their account to a brand rep account if they have a customer account. So there will be a way to do that here in the back office soon, but right now, just contact support at. So support at, or give us a call, and we can do that on our side. So please contact us if you'd like to update from a customer account to a brand rep account. Man, I'm losing my words. I'm stumbling over everything. No, so the VIP member, somebody asked, is VIP and the Club Grand the same thing? No, VIP is a specific membership you buy that comes with all the benefits that we outlined. So unlimited shipping without any additional shipping charges. Well, I've already bought this, so it's not showing me the details. I need to fix that as well. So because I've already purchased this on my test account, it's not showing me details, but it would still be nice to see what I purchased. So let me note that down as well. Hold on, please.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. How's everyone doing?
I think good.
Good. Okay.
I mean, there's obviously some people still dealing with some issues, but we're working through it.
Totally. Well,
Um,
as I'm going through tickets, I appreciate everyone's patience as they, experience a little bit of hiccups. We're working through it over here. So
Good. Anything that you're seeing over there that might be generally good to share as far as like what people are running into? Is there any kind of themes that you're seeing that might be helpful?
not so far, a bunch of little one-offs that we're running into. So we have Adam talking with our payment processor on some of the bigger issues that we've seen, but overall, it seems to be going pretty smoothly for most people. So
Okay.
keep keep trying it out.
That's great. And you're gonna start hearing from people that want to change, and if you could note this down. I know that we have this plan for the future, but we want to make sure that people that are asking to be switched from a customer account to a brand rep account, that we're taking care of those and that we remember to prioritize that, the implementation of how they can do that on their own. So if you could note that down so we can discuss that, prioritize that.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and on that note, so all this information that you're sharing with us, the questions, all that, we're going to be building into an automated AI-driven FAQ, frequently asked questions, which we'll have here integrated soon into the back office and in the website. So you can ask all sorts of questions and use a chat feature that will give you a lot of those common answers and questions that you're looking for. So the more questions that you provide us through the support at oliabo.com email or through our web form, the more of that we can answer and then feed into that system to make it easier for you to get those answers. And we will also, one of the questions somebody asked is, will we have a tool at some point, like an AI tool that will provide information and potentially training for you and for your enrollments and helping you build your business? The answer is yes. We don't have a specific timeline on that, but yes, we are planning something like that for the future. So some people are asking a little bit more detail, wanting to understand how they will know or when they will know if they're part of Club Grand. So what we'll be doing is that over the next week or so, at least for the US, and then for those initial international locales, as international locales come online, we'll be looking at all the orders that have come in, we'll be looking at all the accounts, and we'll be identifying which accounts had a subscription order and that fit into that, and then you'll be notified of that. I don't know that you'll be notified in the next week, but that's how we'll be going through the data. And then the same with the 2025 collective, right? So you'll be notified of those things in coming weeks, as far as who made it, who didn't, and getting those badges. But well, probably not if you didn't, but if you did. But generally speaking, I'm pretty sure everybody who's purchased today so far is likely a part of that so far. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not looking at the orders coming in right now. So as a reminder, right now, the way that this works is that the VIP 365 membership has to be added to your checkout separately and checked out on its own, not along with any of the other products. So right now you have to do that separately. In the near future, we'll have it so that you can mix and match the VIP and other products, subscription, non-subscription. But right now, VIP needs to be checked out on its own, right? So add that to your shopping cart, check out with that, and then add other products. Similar, if you want to have some products on a subscription and others not on a subscription, the ones that you want on a subscription, you would add into a shopping cart. Like, let's say I wanted to have Prima, and then I also wanted to have a single can of the extra virgin olive oil, and I wanted both of those on a monthly subscription. Then I would put both of those in my cart, subscribe and save, and I would check out. If I then wanted to have something on a one-time purchase, I would do that separately, because right now, the way the checkout works, it's one or the other in an individual shopping cart. Yes.
Or do we still have a bunch of people on?
Yeah.
So something I just came across where somebody went in and placed an order for the VIP membership. They then, just as we've been telling everybody to do, they then went back and tried to place an order for products. Their second order, their first order for the VIP membership went through, the second order did not go through. It gives you an error that says duplicate in the bottom right of the screen. So I talked to our payment processor, they said that's a flag that comes back from your bank. So I contacted that customer again and said, it sounds like this is a flag on your bank's side. They contacted their bank, they said, yes, we flagged it because it was 2 transactions from the same company in a row. And so if that happens, all you have to do is have your bank just unflag it and then your order will go through. So that's not happening very often because we're seeing tons and tons of orders coming through. So just know that if you have someone who says their second order doesn't go through, have them reach out to their bank.
Please note that down so that, because I want us to make a record of what are all the different errors that are coming back, so that we can then, and what it means. So that then in the checkout process, we can make sure that when we see that, we
Yep.
say,
I already took a
you may
screenshot.
need, you may need to contact your bank, so that it's much clearer to our customers and brand reps, what they need to do and what that might mean.
Absolutely.
Because some of those things right now are just so confusing.
Yeah, if it just comes up and says duplicate, that is confusing. So we can get that fixed.
Yep. One of the other ones I've noticed is pickup card SF is often another bank related thing.
Gotcha.
And so we need to clarify that one as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, thanks.
Getting some questions, well, at least one, and there's probably others. So some people that might have let's say a Canadian address where they live, but they're close to the US border, and they buy things all the time in the US that they have shipped to a US address. And they're saying, hey, how come I can't purchase related to my US address? It may be because your computer's IP address is a Canadian IP address or an IP address outside of the US. And so what you would need to do in that situation, I'm guessing, right? I don't know your specific situation, but you would probably need to create or get a VPN that would flag your computer as a VPN that's a US VPN, US located system or connection, and then try it that way. It's just a guess, but that might be a workaround for you there. So those of you that are initiating a subscription, whether it's a VIP or a product subscription, you're going to want to make sure if you want to cancel that, please do so a few days before your next renewal date, right? So if it's a monthly renewal, you need to make sure that you cancel that before the next renewal date. And on that note, with the product not shipping for a few weeks, we will push back. This is an important thing to note. I wish I should have thought of it earlier. We'll send out a message about this, but since we're not going to be shipping the products for a couple of weeks still, we don't want you to get your first product and then all of a sudden you're charged again and shipped another product like a week or two later because of your auto renew, right? So what we'll do with these initial subscriptions, we will actually have them pushed back so that it's really kind of more geared towards when the shipment happens. So when these initial shipments happen, we'll change those auto renewals to that similar time period next month in December. You can go in and change that once we do that. And we get here in the ability here to allow you to manage the subscriptions here in the back office. But initially we will be changing that so you don't have to worry about getting something back to back all of a sudden. Unless you want that, you'll be able to change that and have it come back to back if you want, because you want more product. That's fine. And people are saying, once I've talked to my bank and they are saying that, okay, they're aware and they're gonna allow the transaction to go through, you will need to go back and redo the purchase. We don't automatically redo that in those instances. I'm just answering a few questions, typing them out. Let's see here. And yes, the VIP reminder, you can order the VIP at any time. If you don't order it right now, you could, in 6 months, you could choose to get on the VIP membership, and then it would start from that time forward. As someone brought up that in the shopping, excuse me, in the shopping cart, so you see the pricing here, right? One time, 122, subscription 110. And then when you put it in the shopping cart, it shows you here that the subtotal is 122, but then it has a discount to get you to the subscription price discount of 110. That's how it's working right now, but I agree with your suggestion. This is what we're going to fix, or not fix. We're going to change it in the future so that it doesn't have to do it via a discount. It will do it by just automatically only showing that price. So this was one of the things that we did to make it work right now smoothly, but to make the process even smoother, we're going to implement it so that it's not having to do it via a discount like this.